Welcome everyone. My name is Sean, and today we got to talk about this particular crime that was busted up in the state of California that involved a massive scheme and international players stealing gift card balances from everyday Americans, much like yourself. Now, of course, this was actually the result of an NBC News investigation, so I give them credit for that. However, they appear to have obviously missed a clear sign that this was part of a larger network of criminality, and I'm going to talk about that while simultaneously giving them praise because they did in fact break this story. But you'll see when we get to that part how they may have missed something that is pretty obvious. Now, we're going to get into this, but before we do, I want to thank everybody who signed up over at actualjusticewarrior.com/join.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay?
And remind you that this show is available in podcast form. Link to that in the description of this video.
Tonight, a major tactic to take down an international fraud that quietly drains gift cards by the thousands here in the Bay Area and beyond.
So this gift card scheme is absolutely disgusting. It is apparently a part of a larger network that, again, has drained billions in terms of balances from the American population. It appears to be centered in the state of California to send it overseas. And the reason why I find this to be so troubling is because the other day I got a call from somebody in India telling me that I owe money to my federal taxes, and I was so scared by this that I actually followed the directions, went over to Walmart, got myself a Visa gift card, and gave that information over the phone to this tax collector. And the thing is that if they're going to be able to steal my gift card money from me in this way that they're going to describe in this news segment, how can me and many other Americans pay their taxes over the phone to guys with sketchy Indian accents who don't even know what the IRS is and just say they're from the U.S. federal government and I owe U.S. federal government taxes? The fact is, this just breaks the trust, and I'm going to have to tell that guy the next time that he calls that I can't trust this gift card Western Union wiring payment method for my taxes.
First showed you this a couple months ago, a photograph that just really opened our eyes. We thought it was a one-off. One man quietly arrested one night in one Sacramento store with more than 5,000 gift cards. This was not a one-off, not even close.
Okay, so again, I'm going to give credit to NBC News for breaking down this story in such a good way beyond this point, but I just want to point out to everybody that they thought that a guy being arrested in a Target with 5,000 gift cards was just a one-off incident, and honestly, nothing to really be concerned about, nothing unusual. It was just a one-off. I mean, he only had 5,000 gift cards, not $5,000 on some gift cards, 5,000 individual gift cards. Obviously, there was something bigger going on here, and yeah, you probably should have been alert to that. But anyway, we're gonna move on.
This is the video that piqued our curiosity.
He fell to the ground, and he had gift cards like a piñata just kind of flew out.
After this takedown at a Target store, the Sacramento district attorney charged Ning Ning's son with attempted grand theft.
The reason that I had to freeze frame this particular video is because there is a tackle of the suspect that was arrested in the Sacramento store for putting the gift cards back or taking them off at this point, but he intended on putting them back. I'm not going to be able to show you that, even though I don't think it's too violent. I think it should be covered under YouTube service. I know how they'll treat my channel a little bit differently than other channels that would show this, like, you know, the NBC News segment that I'm pulling the footage from that's fully monetized. But essentially, this guy was tackled, and they describe him like a piñata of having gift cards fall out everywhere all over his pockets. And this was the beginning of an entry point to a major investigation, which, by the way, is one of the reasons why I'm very big on stopping retail thieves, because you never know when you actually intervene what you might uncover. This guy's one individual arrest for just taking a little bit of gift cards off the shelf, not assuming that he was trying to feed his starving family, may lead to the bust of a broader criminal enterprise that has been operating out of California for a very long time, costing the American people billions of dollars.
The way that this is done is very sophisticated. The cards are taken without any sort of value on them. They're tampered with in a way that is not detectable, and then they're reshelved.
So yeah, like this woman says, essentially these people remove the gift cards from the stores. They have some method of tampering with said gift cards so that when they put them back in the stores and they're eventually purchased by a customer looking to buy something or give somebody a nice little gift, the balance gets wiped away from them once it is loaded onto this specific card.
Sun's case seemed unusual, even to the deputies who arrested him.
We weren't sure initially what he was doing when we were watching him on camera.
But since then,
police tell me they seized almost 1,900 cards from the two suspects.
our teams combed through dozens of news reports.
They located the suspect vehicle and found 4 huge bags full of gift cards.
And police reports, coast to coast.
Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed this particular pattern, but I happen to be able to observe it. A lot of the suspects that are arrested in this crime are of Asian descent. So this is a sophisticated crime that involves sending this money overseas to the tune of billions of dollars, with disproportionately, it looks like, Asian people behind said crime.
Deputies in the Low Country say they found nearly 7,000 gift cards.
We found at least 24 other recent cases where cops have arrested people with a huge number of gift cards believed to be compromised. From 800 cards seized in Ventura County just a week ago to a whopping 6,900 gift card haul in South Carolina in March.
So according to this NBC News report, we have about 30 arrests total, but in those 30 arrests, we have resulted in the seizure of 45,000 different gift cards, again, as a consequence of those particular arrests. Now, the reason why this is so troubling is because these people don't get arrested every time. Again, we opened up with the Sacramento guy tackling the suspect who ended up stealing a bunch of gift cards, and then that ended up resulting in an arrest. But a lot of times in the state of California, shoplifters, retail thieves, they're just let go. If you see on the map, you have New York, again, just let go. On top of that, you have situations where these people just happen to get away with it.
In all, we've found more than 30 arrests, plus more than 45,000 cards collectively confiscated in at least 12 cities and states, including Plano, Texas.
So if just these 30 arrests, these 30 individuals account for 45,000 gift cards, imagine all the different various people who are not being arrested and what kind of hauls they're actually engaged in. Obviously, this is a huge problem. Obviously, based on the scale per person arrested, we have a situation here, and now a bunch of law enforcement are connecting the dots on this and figuring out this is a part of a broader scam.
We were getting calls from all over the United States.
Sacramento Detective Andy Cater says, and we have confirmed, that a federal investigation is now underway.
Under the name Operation Red Hook.
Homeland Security is working with local law enforcement to connect gift card cases.
There's no one person doing it. It's clearly a group of people who are fairly well organized and have some financial backing to be able to operate a large-scale operation.
Now, the detective right here says that they have some kind of large-scale financing behind this. It is a huge operation. There's clearly a bigger entity behind this. And then they cut to a bunch of the suspects, and we have mugshots for some of them. And again, I want you to notice the pattern.
Despite so many arrests, Cater believes thieves are still targeting gift card racks, and they're all using the same playbook.
The stores that are being targeted are similar. The types of cards that are being targeted are similar. The method of tampering with the cards is similar.
It did catch my attention that all of these suspects that are involved in this criminal operation are Asian. And in fact, when you dig a little deeper beyond this NBC News segment, you realize that they're kind of obscuring one specific point, which is this is apparently the product of Chinese organized crime in the United States of America. For whatever reason, they don't mention that these are the suspects that are behind this, and a lot of this money is possibly being stolen and sent overseas to people or entities in the nation of China. But for some reason, we gotta pretend like that's not what's happening. We gotta pretend that, weirdly enough, a bunch of different arrests are being made nationwide in terms of crime, and it's Asians who almost commit no crimes in the United States of America. Gee, I wonder why they tend to be obscuring this particular fact from us when you look into the FBI's examination of this and a bunch of different warnings to retailers saying that it is explicitly Chinese organized crime that is behind this at this moment in time. Now look, if you're somebody who purchases gift cards, obviously this is something that you should be on the lookout for. This is something that you should be alert for, and there are a couple of ways that you can help yourself into not getting wrapped up in this whole situation. First and foremost, you can examine the gift card very closely. However, I will point out that this is quite a sophisticated crime, so to the eye, you might not be able to see how these cards are tampered with. But a good rule of thumb is that if you're buying a gift card, maybe buy the gift card online rather than in person, because the fact is, these people rely on taking the cards off the shelves, tampering with them, and then placing them back on the shelves. Another method that you can utilize to make sure that your money doesn't get stolen is if you buy gift cards that are behind the lock boxes that you would see at stores. So that way you know that there is a very low likelihood that somebody was able to get them out of the lock boxes, which you have to request the help from a store employee, then get them out, tamper with them, then get them back on the shelves. Now this NBC Bay Area affiliate actually has a full video with additional steps on how to avoid getting your gift card balance stolen. You guys can check that out if you want to, but again, best practices are buy your gift card online or make sure they're locked up at the store, which honestly, considering this is NBC Bay Area, I'm surprised that anything is not locked up at the store because theft is absolutely out of control there. But I found this to be incredibly interesting. I wanted you guys to know about it in case you were buying gift cards for birthdays or whatever, because apparently the Chinese mafia is scamming us out of our gift card money. And honestly, I really need that money in order to pay my taxes to the South Asian guy who keeps calling me. And he says I keep owing like $400 in taxes and I'll be put in jail unless I give him Walmart gift cards. But hey, you know what? Those are just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. As usual, if you like this video, show them by leaving a like, subscribe for more content, follow me on my social media, support me via the support links in the description of this video. This has been me talking about a gift card scam run by the Chinese. Till next time.